Hibbett, plus the Puerto Rican. So first to go, we're ready for the start, and Li Yifang from China. Li Yifang qualified in 6th place, scored 9.8 in the semi-final. Ooh, just a tiny little adjustment at the end there. The compulsory 360-degree turn. Flick, back somersault, lovely. Growing in confidence as the exercise goes on. "17-year-old. There's the Healy turn, just dropping away across the bar. A gasp from the audience. I think some of them thought it was not intentional, but I can assure you it was. Just holds on to the landing. "14th in the all-arounds in Indianapolis. These combinations, flick, back, back. That was beautifully fluent. Valeri Belenki, first to go on the parallel bars for the men. Lovely. The giant swing to the full turn. This is good stuff from Belenki. Double pike, and he landed that pretty well too. Very difficult to anchor the double pike landing from the parallel bars. There you can see the full turns very clearly. Healy, straight into another one. He's beautifully balanced. 9.85 for Li Yifang, and this is Tatiana Lysenko. Oh. Well, all that hard work building up to these championships to get selected, and then it comes to the final and you blow your chances on your mount. The Corbett flick. That originality there as she spins round to the cross position. Holds the one-arm balance better than she did in the semi-final. Very positive there, but it's really all to no avail now. She's being marked out of 9.5. free walkover. And a double tuck-back somersault to finish with. But not Tatiana Lysenko's day. That's the Corbett, first produced by the girl who probably did more to popularize women's gymnastics than anyone else in the world, Olga Korbut, right back in 1972. Valeri Belenki scored 9.8, and this is a new face, Sergejus Rumbutis from Lithuania, one of the new nations. Struggling a bit too much there on the balance, but goes out of the Healy straight into the front somersault. A very, very difficult move. Flying back onto the one bar and then turning sideways, going under. Original move from him, double front somersault dismount. Well, it's not quite honed to perfection there, but you can see why he got to the final. The content, different and very difficult. That's the Healy turn, seen from underneath, straight into the front somersault. Straddle cut through. It's quite difficult to recognize these moves from underneath. And that's the double somersault dismount. Third up on the beam, Kim Zmeskal. She's already won gold on floor. She is an incredible gymnast. But this piece, more than any of the others, in a way, elegance, I think, counts for a great deal. Svetlana Boginskaya looks to be in fine form. So positive. The way she's moving around on that, you would not believe it was just 10 centimeters wide. Two split leaps. I mean, she's running up and down it as if it were a main road. There, the flick to 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. Oh, and beautifully landed on the double somersault as well. Perfect to the end. She certainly does what she does very well indeed. You can't fault her on the actual performance.
What about the dismount?
She is an incredible competitor. Launches into it, and again, there wasn't one moment of crisis throughout the whole of that exercise. Rumbutis, 9.537. And this is Zoltan Supala. And he's also got a highly original parallel bars exercise. Straight into working on one bar. To Healy's very old move now, but it's come back into popularity. Well, he wasn't quite on balance there, but covered it well. There we go, into the 1/4 Diamidov, straight under the bar, and the back somersault dismount. I bet he has to steel himself every time he comes up to do that one. There it is, the 1 1/4 turn, the Diamidov turn plus 1/4, and then up, under, and the back somersault. He can't even start it until he's swung under the far bar. Zoltan Supala. Good to see some variation. Perhaps the parallel bars has become the most predictable of all the apparatus. This is Maria Neculița from Romania. And Kim Zmeskal's taken the lead, 9.925. Beautifully fluent. Bit short on the dismount, but a good exercise. Maria Neculița. Only just a little step forward, nothing huge, nothing to worry about too much. Now, the world champion, can he defend his title? Li Jing, two people have managed it so far, Igor Korobczynski. And Yoo Ok-gyul. And Li Jing. Look at that lazy turn. The sweep through bends the knees, but it's allowed because it's the only way you can do a giant. As long as you get them straight again above the bars. Superb work. The quality of those movements separated out. Holds the landing, punches the air, becoming standard. The Chinese learning the tricks of the Russians, trying to say, well, I know it was good, drumming up a little bit of support from the judges. The double somersault. You can argue about that too, whether from release to catch again it's 2 or whether it's only 1 and a bit. Now from one defending world champion to another, Svetlana Borginskaya. Now this is where I think she's still a chance of proving the best in the world. She's got to beat Zmeskal, the girl who beat her in the all-around in Indianapolis, and she'll be so anxious to do that. And her elegance really comes through on this piece of apparatus. Beautifully done. Zmeskal all speed and attack. Boginskaya all grace. Oh, but there it's gone. And again having problems into the lift. She won't keep a championship after that. That should have been a clean lift. And she just got the balance wrong. She managed it perfectly when she went through the exercise in the semi-final. But now her concentration has gone a little, and she really has no chance of even being in the medals. And didn't get all the way round there either on that double pirouette. And the double tap-back finish, well, I'm sure Kim Zmeskal was looking at her anxiously as being her main rival, and now she's certainly out of the way. Kulitsa, by the way, scored 9.85. Front somersault mount, she does that perfectly. Look at that, able to stand up, no adjustment, no waving of the arms at all. Li Jing takes the lead in the parallel bars, 9.887. And this is Yoshiaki Hatakeda from Japan. Yes. Two flying backs, although the second one didn't really fly, and then just over-rotates the finish. That was really the only error there. Hatakeda was sixth equal in the final in this event in Indianapolis with Mario Franke of Germany. Landing on the upper arms there. And Boginskaya scores 9.75. As I said, she won't be in the medals this time. Sylvia Mitova now to the beam. Well, how's that for starters? Supremely confident that she was going to be absolutely in line. Had to make a little adjustment there, though. All the chalk marks you can see down the side of the beam, just little check marks for the gymnasts. They'll put them on there in the warm-up period so that when they go into their final dismount run, they know that having done round off flick-flack or some such before going into the back somersault, they're going to be absolutely right distance-wise on the end of the beam. Another good combination, very solid on those. And a very solid landing too. Yurchenko mount and straight into flick and somersaults. Takeda scored 9.737. And now on the parallel bars, Kalofa Christosov from Bulgaria. Very experienced gymnast, the 1 1/4. Yes, and good height, good lift into that dismount. Waiting to go, Betty Okino, and Sylvia Mitova scored 9.8. That takes her into 4th position. And Betty Okino will be acutely aware that a great friend and rival and clubmate, Kim Zmeskal, is in the lead with 9.925. And Okino is certainly the most elegant of the American gymnasts. Oh, and she's off. Just out of line on the second back somersault, and she is now being marked out of 9.5. Does that beautifully, doesn't she? Stands up tall as she spins through 720 degrees. That's too very difficult because she has to take her shoulders way out in front of the beam to get that sort of balance. Well, there's no question that she could have challenged Kim Zmeskal had she got it all right, but that's now academic because she didn't. The fall in there ruining her chances of a medal. There we are. That's the second plant of the back foot, was where it was meant to come down. I don't know where they got the V from. This is Andrei Voropev. Front somersault. Oh, zips through. Goes through the whole thing at tremendous pace. Former Soviet junior champion. Was in the team for the Indianapolis World Championships and won a gold there. Was 12th in the individual section of the competition, but that made him the 5th finishing Russian, so he didn't make the all-around championship proper. Gina Gogian from Romania. Now, can she challenge Kim Zmeskal? The American in the lead with 9.925. Oh, and she's off. So Zmeskal, one stage closer to that gold. Back somersault, but she's off on that too. Now being marked out of 9. It's one of those days when she's showing off the difficulty of her content, but in a way that she doesn't want to, because she's coming to grief. Everybody can see that it's very, very difficult, but one of these days that everything will go right, and then she'll be very tough to beat. Her first major championships. Great experience for her. Good to get this in before the Olympics. It'll make it that much easier for her in Barcelona. Well, disappointment for her. Didn't look terribly out. It just shows you if you're just a tiny bit offline, there's nothing that you can grip to actually hold yourself onto that beam. And there's no point in suddenly buckling down and holding on, because if you collapse onto the apparatus and don't actually hit the floor, it counts as the same. Now, Guo Lin Yao, and he'll just have seen that Andrei Voropaev scored 9.887. So equal first he's gone with Li Jing, the other Chinese. Now can Guo Lin Yao upstage both of them? Lovely long lean line, double back. Oh, that's beautiful. Little halt in the middle, but that was almost an endo circle off the high bar. Some smashing original work here coming from the men on the parallel bars, and it's so good to see, because it was becoming a bit sameish. Here he goes, look, straddles up and over. Now, that could certainly get him into the medals. We'll have to wait on the judges. But that a very exciting parallel bars routine from Guo Lin Yao. Last to go, Stella Ume on the beam. 8.75 was the score for Gina Gogian. Oh, 4 moves, and she held on to it just. The gainer back somersault, stepping forward into it before taking off backwards. And that little box split leap, very difficult. Not quite as fluent, but no real problem. Forward roll on beam, much more difficult than you'd really give credit for, but the judges know that. Lovely landing. Good work from Stella Ume. It's not going to be Zmeskal, but another new face to watch out for in Barcelona. Very solid, very strong gymnast. No problems at all there at the end. Just checking herself to check her balance. Flick, back somersault, flick, back somersault. 4 in line, and that was the only bit where things went wrong. And 9.775 for Stella Ume and 9.775 for Guo Liniao. Just out of the medals. And here's the last to go on the parallel bars, another Canadian, Curtis Hibbert, very popular gymnast. You can see how powerful he's built. Now that was intentional too, that crossover. Always brings the wows, because it does look with the quick touch that he's not there. Just a step back on landing, he's cross with that.
Nous avons eu toutes les émotions, parfois la satisfaction, parfois aussi la déception suite à des échecs.
Comes down, just touches there with his left arm and then crosses it over to drop to land on the upper arms. The long, anxious wait, 9.687, gives him 7th place. But making these finals, remember, puts you in the best 8 in the world. It's a tremendous achievement in itself. And Hibbert now reaching the veteran stage, so he'll be delighted to be showing the world that he can still perform at the very top level. Well, there's the results sequence. Kim Zmeskal taking her 2nd gold medal. To add to the floor, she's got the beam. Li Yifang taking silver, and Maria Nekulitsa equal 2nd with her. Poor Svetlana Boginskaya right down there in 6th place. It all went wrong for Tatiana Lysenko as well, and Betty Aquino. And the men's parallel bar results, equal first, Li Jing and Andrei Voropayev. China and the Commonwealth of Independent States sharing the gold, 9.887, and Valery Belenki taking the bronze. Hibbert there in 7th, Christosov 8th, and Rumbutis, but he will have really sort of made great steps forwards in his gymnastics career by